Good evening, everybody. You have just seen a movie about, in my opinion as well, a very typical example. A very typical example of the impacts such land acquisitions can have on the local people and their food security. Brot for All actually observes one case of land acquisition in Sierra Leone since several years. There, sugarcane is planted for biofuel, and we see very similar effects, a very similar pattern, namely that existing inequalities increase. But there is one more thing happening that wasn't there in the movie and that very recently occurred, namely that the prices of sugarcane, the prices of biofuel collapsed. They decreased a lot, and this has now disastrous consequences for the food security of the people of the whole region. But despite these local particularities that came out very nicely in the movie, I would like to say that it's important to understand land grabbing as part of a whole global corporate system of agriculture, and I would like to make 3 points here. The first point is very important for Brot for All. It has been mentioned a few times already. Nearly 1 billion people still go hungry, and this makes it very clear that we have to think about the future of agriculture. Because the system of agriculture that we have now, the corporate industrial system of agriculture, it does not feed people, and on the top of that, it destroys our planet. And therefore, leading scientists, they all demand that there should be a paradigm change. They also heard Mr. De Schutter saying this. It's very obvious, but still it doesn't take place. And there is a reason for this. There is one thing that this system of agriculture does actually create. It creates profits for the agribusiness corporations, for example, Syngenta. Therefore, these corporations, they lobby against this change with all means. And one mean that is now a la mode at the moment is to say that we all pull together in this, we all want the same change. And yes, maybe we pull together, but we pull in opposite directions. Brot for All and our partners, we want an agriculture that is for the people and for the planet. And the corporations, they first of all need to satisfy their shareholders. I give you an example for this. Syngenta still sells the pesticide paraquat, you must have heard of that, in the global south, even though in Switzerland it's banned since 25 years because it's so toxic. And you'll hear more example in my second point. And my second point is about control. It's crucial to understand land grabbing as part of a global development where private corporations and others try to gain control over the world's natural resources, such as land, water, and also seeds. Some corporations, as you have seen, buy land. Other corporations, such as Syngenta or other agribusiness corporations, they try to get patents on genes, and they try to basically own plants to get money, to make money. We have evidence from our partner organization in Kenya that Syngenta lobbies that the government installs new seed laws that make it basically illegal for the small farmers to sell their own local seeds. And this is just the case in point. And there are huge public-private partnership initiatives going on at the moment, and they try to force into being new laws for seed and land in Africa. This is in Africa. And it has sparked huge protests among small-scale farmers and civil society organizations. Now, the agribusiness companies, they like to say that, yeah, we don't do land grabbing, we work with small farmers, and that's true. But that doesn't mean that the corporations and the small farmers have the same interests. These solutions are called contract farming, sometimes packaged solutions, and this is essentially also land grabbing. Because land grabbing means to grab control and to control who grows what, how, and for whom. So in these projects, the farmers still own their land, but the corporations take control. The farmers grow cash crops, and they sell it to huge trading corporations like Cargill, for example. And like this, they're able to pay the seeds and pesticides that they bought from the big corporations. We have very devastating reports, in fact, from Tanzania, from such a huge project. First, it shows that people remain hungry. They become indebted, that's the most severe consequence, and they even tend to lose their land. So this brings me to my third point, which is very short.
Please.
As a conclusion, it's really important for me that you don't get me wrong in one point. I've lived in rural India for quite a long time, and I understand that the situation was and is very difficult for the farmers with and without the corporations. There is low productivity, there is hunger, there is oppression. And of course, this is also the reason why farmers sometimes agree with these land deals and other solutions. So these farmers, they need our solidarity, and we urgently need new solutions in agriculture. And we actually got these solutions already. But here I follow really the idea of food sovereignty. And these solutions should not be under the control of agribusiness corporations, but they should be under democratic control. So what farmers need, and I speak here for many of our partners and many farmers' organizations, is independent agricultural research. They need land, and this land needs to be redistributed. And like this, we can have a progressive agriculture that doesn't destroy the planet, but feeds the people. Thanks.